Tingles with flyby. Hello and welcome to the Morgan. Can I take your order? Oh, you're waiting for a lady friend. Okay. Well, what do you intend to do in the meantime? I could talk you through our menu if you have nothing better to do. You can see it's dead as a doornail here at 3 p.m. Oh, definitely. Just until the blind date. Just had a sense. Well, we have a variety of cocktails and alcoholic beverages to suit all sorts of occasions. We'll start off with the mojitos. We have a classic mojito, Bacardi rum, fresh mint leaves, and some lime. There's also the apple and apricot mojito with pressed apple slices and apricot liquor. Perhaps a blueberry mojito, which is the classic mojito with a handful of fresh blueberries added. There's also the cherry and berry mojito, which is pressed cherries and a bit of cranberry bitters. There's the coconut and cherry mojito, which is pressed cherries and a little bit of Malibu. There's the Elderflower Mojito, which is a dash of elderflower liquor in with a classic mojito. We have the Kiwi Mojito, which has the inclusion of a crushed whole kiwi. Yes, it is skinned, don't worry. We have the lychee mojito, which has a pinch of lychee liquor. The orange and orgeat mojito, which has Bacardi oak heat and orgeat syrup. A pomegranate mojito, which is a half-seeded pomegranate crushed into the mojito. Seeds removed just for your pleasure. We have the cucumber mojito, slices of fresh cucumber. It's not coming across, is it? It's spelled Q-C-U-M-B-E-R. I don't write the menu. We have a raspberry mojito with fresh raspberries muddled in. A strawberry mojito with fresh strawberry puree blended in. We have the watermelon mojito with fresh watermelon muddled in. And the mango mojito with fresh mango muddled in. You're a genius. We also have the champagne mojito, which is topped with Morton Chandon. Now, everyone looks classy drinking out of a martini glass, so why not try the real favorite among the gents lately, even though no one brags about it to their friends. The apple martini comes with absolute vodka, sour apple liquor, and a fresh apple puree. We have the Aviation, which has beef eater gin, maraschino, violet liqueur, and fresh lemon juice. Perhaps the breakfast martini, which is beef eater gin, Cointreau, fresh lemon juice, and a delicious marmalade. We have the Clover Club, which is Beefeater Gin, Dry Vermouth, Raspberry Puree, and fresh lemon juice. One of my personal favorites is the Cosmopolitan with Absolute Citron Vodka, Cointreau, fresh lime juice, and delicious cranberry. If you want something a little wild, why not the Cucumber and Wasabi Martini? This is cucumber-infused Absolute Vodka with cucumber syrup, fresh lime juice, and wasabi. We have the Elderflower Daiquiri with Bacardi, elderflower liquor, and fresh lime juice. A real pick-me-up is the Espresso Martini with Absolute Vanilla, Kahlua, and a shot of espresso. Or you might like to try the French Martini with Absolute Vodka, Chambord, and pineapple juice. But let me have the last word, which is Beefeater Gin, Maraschino, Chartreuse, and fresh lime juice. I'm also a fan of the lychee and chili martini. Chili-infused Absolute Vodka with lychee liquor and fresh lime. Always a favorite is the margarita with tequila, Cointreau, fresh lime juice, and agave syrup. Maybe a Manhattan with bourbon, sweet vermouth, Angostura bitters, and maraschino syrup. There's also the Porn Star Martini with Absolute Vanilla Vodka, passion fruit liqueur, fresh passion fruit, fresh lime juice, and a splash of champagne. Now we also have the Raspberry and Chocolate Martini, which has the Absolute Raspberry, white chocolate liquor, fresh raspberries, and cream. Dreamy combination. We have the Rosemary Clover Club, which is Beefeater Gin, dry vermouth, fresh lemon juice, raspberry syrup, and a sprinkle of rosemary. There's also the Sidecar, which is Hennessy brandy, Cointreau, and fresh lime juice. Now you'll impress everyone if you get a strawberry daiquiri with Bacardi, fresh strawberry puree, and fresh lime juice. There's the Vesper James Bond Martini with Beefeater Gin, Absolute Vodka, and dry vermouth. No. You don't want to emulate James Bond. He's a bit of a womanizer. Well, I'll leave that to your discretion. We also have the Watermelon Martini with Absolute Vodka, fresh watermelon, and sugar. Perhaps a hurricane cocktail instead. We have the Cuba Libre, which is Bacardi, fresh lime juice, and Coca-Cola. The Dark and Stormy, which is Gosling's rum, fresh lime juice, and a earthy ginger beer. There's the Elderflower Collins, which is Beefeater Gin, elderflower liqueur, I knew that, fresh lemon juice, and soda for a little sizzle on the tongue. There's the classic Long Island iced tea with Absolute Vodka, Beefeater Gin, Bacardi, tequila, Cointreau, fresh lime, and Coca-Cola. yes, it's only that called that because of the color. There's no tea in it. You have the mint julep, which is mint-infused Woodford Reserve bourbon with sugar and fresh mint. You could try the Moscow Mule, which is absolute vodka, fresh lime juice, and again that delectable ginger beer. Always a crowd favorite is the Pina Colada with Bacardi, dark rum, fresh pineapple, pineapple juice, and coconut cream. You could also try the Singapore Sling with Beefeater gin, cherry brandy, Cointreau, Benedictine, fresh lime juice, grenadine, and pineapple juice. Now we do also have cocktails that come in a nice tall Collins glass. That's the beef. The first one is the Bramble, which has Beefeater gin, fresh lemon juice, and creme de mure. There's also the chocolate orange old-fashioned, which is chocolate-infused Woodford Reserve bourbon with chocolate bitters and orange bitters. Maybe a Mai Tai with fresh pineapple, Bacardi, vanilla-infused dark rum, Cointreau, fresh lime juice, and orgeat. Or a Negroni with Beefeater gin, Campari, and sweet vermouth. There's always the Sazerac with that Woodford. It's Woodford Reserve bourbon, brandy, absinthe, Peychaud, and Angostura bitters. There's also an Amaretto Sour, which is amaretto liqueur, fresh lemon juice, and egg white. Or the Whiskey Sour, which is Woodford Reserve bourbon, fresh lemon juice, sugar, and egg white. There's always the Caparina, which has cachaca, limes, and sugar. Or the Passion Fruit Caparina, which is cachaca, fresh passion fruit puree, limes, and sugar over crushed ice. We also have the Jamaican Yellowbird, spiced rum, banana liquor, Galliano, and orange and pineapple juice. You might be interested in the White Russian with absolute vodka, Kahlua, and fresh cream. Or a delicious Jack Honey with Jack Daniels honey, Cointreau, fresh lime juice, and 7-Up. Or the Black Russian with absolute vodka and Kahlua. Or the Pear Kaproska with absolute pear, lime, and fresh pear. Looks like your lady still hasn't arrived. Well, we'll move on to the champagne flute cocktails then. These are a little pricier, but it's well worth it. We have the Peach Bellini. This is champagne, fresh peach puree, and peach liqueur. The Passion Fruit Bellini, which is champagne, passion fruit puree. There's the French 75 with Beefeater gin, fresh lemon juice, sugar, and champagne. Of course, we have to have the classic champagne cocktail with brandy, sugar, Angostura bitters, champagne, and Grand Marnier. And finally, we have the Kir Royale with cassis and champagne. We have 2 Fitzpatrick glass cocktails. We have the Morgan Bubbles, which is elderflower liquor, fresh mango puree, and prosecco, and champagne. We also have Glam at the Morgan. This is absolute vanilla, rose syrup, and 7-Up. If you're wanting something a little smaller in size, we have our shot glasses. We have the Godmother, which is absolute vodka, and Amaretto di Serrano chilled. The Godfather, which is whiskey and Amaretto di Serrano chilled. We have the Rusty Nail, which is Drambuie and Scotch whiskey. The After 8, which is creme de cacao, creme de menthe, and Baileys. A delicious combination. We have the Passport to Hell, which is bourbon, brandy, and orange liquor, and caramelized brown sugar. There's also Amnesia, which is sambuca, vodka, vanilla, with a dash of grenadine. That one's served on fire. We have the absinthe, or there's the Cowboys, and which is butterscotch liqueur with floated Baileys. We have the Flaming Lamborghinis, probably the closest you'd get to a Lamborghini. A martini glass with flame Kahlua and sambuca. While it is burning, you pour in a shot of Baileys and a shot of blue cacao. There's also the red line. This is tequila laid over sambuca with a layer of Tabasco sauce in between. Or you could try the Brave Bull, just tequila, Kahlua, and fresh squeezed lime juice. Also have the B52 with Kahlua, Baileys, and Grand Marnier. Now moving on to our more sophisticated options. We have our wines. So we have the Montefrio Aran. I'll go through our white wines. We have a Montefrio Aran, the Urmeneta Sauvignon Blanc, the Bloom Verdejo, McPeterson's Chardonnay, Colognola Pinot Grigio, and the Bouchard Année at Fils Montluchny. That one only comes by the bottle. For our rosé and sparkling wines, we have the Marquis de Goulon Jean Sablonnet Rosé. We also have a Giano Prosecco Frizzante, the Giano Prosecco Rosé Frizzante. Moving on to our red wines, we have the Castellani Montepolicano d'Abruzzo, the Argento Selection Malbec, McPeterson's Shiraz, Urmeneta Cabernet Sauvignon, the Risa Rioja, and the Domaine La Colombette, Sierra Grenache Lagudor. We have a few champagne options as well. The ever-popular Moet and Chandon Imperial, the Perrier Julep Envie, the Louis Roederer Premier Envie, the Veuve Clicquot Envie, the Dom Perignon Vintage, a Perrier Jouet Belle Opaque, and the Krug Grande Cuvée. Now, even pricier, I have 2 more bottles of champagne. We have Armand de Brignac, which means the Ace of Spades, or the Louis Roederer Crystal Vintage 2000. Now we do have a few other options. We have premium bottled beers and ciders, the Polliner Hefe, Polliner Aklohofre, Corona, Corona Light, Tiger Beer, Budvar, Kopparberg, Peroni, Heineken, Coors, Bulmers Light, Bulmers Pint Bottle, and Desperados. We do have some drafts as well. Guinness, Carlsberg, Budweiser, Smithwick's, Heineken, Coors Light, and Tiger. Now, very popular nowadays is the craft beers. We have the Brooklyn Lager from the Brooklyn Brewery in the USA. We have the Punk IPA. This is from the Brewdog Brewery in Scotland. We have the Brugse Blonde Ale. This is the Halvemon Brewery in Belgium, or the original Munich beer from Hofbrau Brewery in Germany. You say brewery 5 times fast. It's not that easy. Now we do have a variety of spirits. Pretty much anything you would want. You have a poison you want? Fine, I'll go through them. I'm sure you're waiting for someone. I'm sure she'll show up. We have premium gin, the Beefeaters, Tanqueray number 10, Tanqueray, Bombay Sapphire, Hendricks and Martin Millers. For vodka, we have Absolute Sweden, the Absolute Flavors, the Absolute Levels from Sweden. We have Belvedere, Ciroc, Citadel, 42 Below, Grey Goose Flavors, Kaufman Vintage, Russian Standard, Stolignaya, Wyboraura, and Zubroka. For cognac and brandy, we have Mortel VS, Martin Nobilge, Hennessy, Hennessy Visop, Hennessy XO, Hennessy Paradis, and Calvados Apple Brandy. For rum, we have the Appleton Extra from Jamaica, Bacardi Gold, Bundaberg, Captain Morgan, Havana Club 3-year, Havana Club 7-year, Matusalem Classico, Matusalem Gran Reserva, Matusalem Platino, Myers Dark Rum, and Sailor Cherries. A real popular beverage is tequila on its own. Tequila, Patron Anejo, Patron Citronje, Patron Resposado, Patron Silver, Patron XO Cafe. Now on to the harder drinks. We have Scotch Whiskey Single Malts, the Balvenie Double Wood, the Bowmore 12-year, the Bruichladdich 12-year, Crogganmore 12-year, Dalwhinnie 15-year, Glenfiddich 12-year, Glenlivet 12-year, Glenmorangie 10-year, the Lagavulin 16-year, and Oban 14-year, and the Talisker 10-year. There's also the Scotch Whiskey Blended, the Dimple, which is a 15-year, the Chivas Regal, a 12-year, and of course our Johnny Walker red, black, and green labels. We do have American whiskies as well. We have Buffalo Trace, English Rare, Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, Wild Turkey, W.L. Weller, at Woodford Reserve and Maker's Mark. We also have Irish whiskey, Jameson, Bushmills 10-year single malt, Bushmills 16-year single malt, Bushmills 1608, the Black Bush, the Napak, the Powers 12-year, the Red Breast 12-year pure pot still, Tyrconnell single malt, and Middleton, very rare. Now I do have a few bottle services of spirits for Absolute Vodka, Jameson Irish Whiskey, Martel VS, Grey Goose, Beefeater Gin, Tonquinay No. 10 Gin, Captain Morgan Spiced Rum, Johnny Walker Red Label, Jack Daniels, and Bacardi. And the bottle service includes glassware, ice bucket, your choice of mixers, and complimentary juice and garnish. So have I tempted you into a drink yet while you wait? Looks like someone's coming now. Can I take your order? I can certainly bring you an apple martini, no worries. And for you, coming right up.